Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Soul of a Man coming at you live one more time, baby. Hope everybody out there is had a good week. Hope everybody out there is out there doing their thing, man. Seriously. So today we are talking about so I am your spiritual consultant, author, writer, speaker extraordinaire, man of many talents, ladies and gentlemen. So we're talking about your hard work is paying off. Not like I was going to talk about something else, but we're talking about your hard work paying off, like for real. So we're talking about your hard work paying off now. Today is an amazing day to set forth like immeasurable intentions. I know some people look at this day but it is a very powerful spiritual day. I'll just leave it at that. So, alrighty. So we're talking about your hard work paying off. Also, it looks like people, some people are looking at you with like, I don't know. Some people are looking at you with like ill intent or whatever like that. They think that just because you've gotten a little quiet that, oh, well, maybe they felt no, it's not. Nope, nope, nope. Still on the journey, still on the path. Um, Greater things are coming in. That's just what that is. And those older folks, and what's going on, Miss Gloria? How are you? So those older folks, they can't just be a part of that anymore. So it's like new intentions, new everything, new this, new that. So it's like you knew it. It's like, ha, I told you so. So for you, it's gonna be like, you in a sense, you in a sense having a grander celebration for life, like moving forward. You understanding what it was and you envisioning, while everybody else was like, oh no, the sky is falling. What are we going to do? You're like, well, not my fight. you know, I have my focus, I have my intentions, I know what I need to go out here and do. And the beautiful thing about it is that you're going out here and you're doing it, and that's just naturally what that is. And it's like nothing or it's like nothing or no one can stop you from doing that, like really and truly. And it's like um the proverbial world is yours now, seriously. Hey, how are you? So it's like the proverbial world is yours. Go out. It's there for the taking, sometimes some people have a lack because they didn't have the vision. You had the vision, the fortitude to go out there and make it happen for yourself. That's why moving forward, you're going to be able to celebrate. Even if you see it as little wins, whatever you categorize that as, you getting up, moving forward, you are winning. That's the thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. So it's like you are getting up and moving forward and making greater things happen for you, and you are getting up, and it's like you saw certain things, it's almost like, hey, how are you? It's like you saw certain things that were to come. And don't forget to subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. It's like you saw greater things that were to come, or you saw what was coming and you planned ahead for it. That's the beautiful thing. That's really and truly the beautiful thing. It's like you didn't just prepare, you overly prepared for it. Like you really and truly overly, you really and truly overly prepared for it. It's not the fact that you had to ask every day, is this gonna happen? Is that gonna happen? It's like you knew. And you kept moving forward. It's like when that six when you really truly feel it, when you see it, when you see yourself moving forward, into like the greater parts of your life, your destiny, know that you deserve it. Seriously, know and you know and understand that know and understand that you deserve it. You really and truly deserve it. Hey, thanks for the follow. So it's the important thing is that you really and truly deserve it. Is that crew tractor? Trey Taylor? Lock 'em up. Lock 'em up. Oh, that was so funny. Anyway, so yeah, man, just know that you're purposeful and that you truly deserve what is coming next in your life. You deserve what is coming now in your life. That's the thing. So it's like, yes, your hard work your hard work is not just going to pay off. It's going to pay off majorly dividends. Like seriously, it's like people it's not just going to blow your mind. It's like it's not just naturally going to blow your mind, but hey, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe. This this newness that's going to be coming through for you, it's gonna feel like your life. You know what? It's gonna literally feel like your life changed overnight. Like really and truly, it's gonna feel like your life changed overnight. Because it's gonna be like you're gonna be in new situations, new locations, and don't forget to give the don't forget to give me some thumbs up, folks. So yeah, it's like too. It's like it's like too many. Uh, it's like it's like your time is now. That's just what that is. It's like your time is now. Your time is now, and you're the wind beneath your wings. You were the person that you have always been waiting on. You know what it was? Just like you're like, oh man, yeah, of course, we all need help. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be able to do this on my own. It's like if I go live, I really need the people to come up. Sometimes you need the people to show up and support you. The true people that are gonna show up and support you, and even surrounding you. Even in the spiritual, you need your guides, whoever they may be. You need them to show up and show out because you're ready. You're ready, like right now. And happy October 31st out there, folks. But anyway, on a big old chilly Friday. But yeah, you have been poised and you have been waiting for this position, for this call, for the acknowledgement, for the announcement. Well, the announcement is here. So you are moving forward to go and get prepared to do something greater in your life. And that is you know that is just for you. It's like, man, I can't believe, and again, it's really and truly going to feel like it happened overnight. Like seriously, because you have been waiting, because you've been, it's like waiting at the bus stop, everybody's bus comes, and it's like you've been waiting so long. For whatever that is, man. For whatever that is, walking down the aisle. I don't know, having a kid, the promotion. You've been just waiting for, you know, you've just been waiting for you've been waiting and you have been waiting, but you did not give up. That's the difference between you and other people. Other people, they just went and settled for something, and that's their life. We live our lives, um no. We live our lives accordingly. And that's just, that's what that is. People grow apart for like different reasons, man, different seasons, and all of that interesting and amazing stuff. But you just kept moving, and you just kept preparing, and you just kept like you know, you kept going forward. You had to, and by doing this, you had to keep reinventing yourself. What's going on, Miss Celestial Conjure? Like you had to keep reinventing yourself. You maybe have to go back to a 9 to 5 that you did not want to do. And one day I think I'm going to sit down and talk about why people who have this insane spiritual IQ, why it's so hard for them to work these regular gigs, like really why it's so hard for them to work these, because believe me, I know I've been down those roads. No, it's not. We could spend hours talking about that, but ain't nobody got time for that. What's going on with it? So yeah, describe. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, man. You're about to be you're about to be ignited to a whole new scene, a whole new vibe, a whole new way of life. You're you're going to be you're going to be in demand, like really and truly. You're going to be in demand, highly exalted. You know who you work with. You know who you work with. You know who you are favored by. And this is going to when it comes in, it's going to be like like my man said, the wrestlers like banger after banger after banger after banger. It's like great news after great news after great news after great news, and it's like it's never going to stop. It's never going to. It's like all you had was this. All you had was this anointing oil, and it's like, oh man, I only have enough for such a. But you pour it out, and it keeps pouring and pouring and pouring, and that is the blessing of the miracle, you know, of your life, your hard work, your potential. Those who you are, again, those who you are favored by, and believe you me, you are very much so favored. Not just you're blessed in the city and all of that good stuff, man. Not just yeah, just favored time and time and time again. You know, what's that scripture for we wrestle not against something but flesh and principalities or something something. You know what I mean? So you wrestled with that stuff enough, man. You've really it's like the gates are flying open. This is a great time to go and just ask for something like amazingly amazing, like amazingly amazing. Why everybody, we a lot of folks out here have a doom and gloom mentality around the time. They feel like, oh, the Titanic hit the iceberg, we're sinking. Oh no, what are we gonna do? But like you knew not to even get on the damn ship. That's how amazing you are. People like, yeah, we're gonna go take this little boat ride, man. You ease our mind. You like, nah, I'm gonna just chill in the house. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm gonna catch y'all next time, man. You look at the paper like, yeah, so that one coming. So it's like, while it's like the sky is falling and everything else is, and everybody running around screaming, you just walk outside calmly, coolly, check your mail and go back inside. And you're chilling. That's what it is. Hey, how are you? And that's just naturally what that is. You're chilling. You've always had a greater potential, greater IQ to spot fakes, to spot the realness of realities, and to see what is naturally out there for you. To know, like, to even go on the job and be like, yeah, I'm here for now, but probably I know I'm not gonna be here that long. I know every like every new job I start, it's like, yeah, I know I'm not gonna be here too long. So but yeah, it's what it is, man. So it's everything. The best way I can describe it to you and for you is like, and don't forget to subscribe, folks. It's like, I know, right? It's like everything is, everything is aligning for you. Everything is now, everything is aligning. Everything is in this. Everything is in alignment. You were bold enough to stir the heavens. You were bold enough to shake the gates of heaven. To be like, listen, y'all promised me something. I'm waiting. I need this now. I'm ready. What are y'all doing? Respectfully, you know, not want to go up against the Most High, not like that. But, I will, you know what I'm saying, for real. But I'm like, come on now. What are we doing here? What is all of this? You're chosen and you're this and you're that and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's cool, man. But come on, yeah, I'm thankful. Yes, thankful for another day and waking up and all that. But yeah, when we're looking at we're looking at the bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like like check that phone. Like we're not seeing them deposits like y'all was talking about. So come on, even if they coming in, well, however they gonna come, like come on, we need like we need this like right now. And that's been like for me and a few, the folks that I vibe with spiritually, it's like, yeah, it's cool. We've been putting in this work. Come on, answer, where y'all at? Like for real. We love y'all. We do. But, we gonna have to go on strike for a little while until y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, and then they're like, hey, we hear y'all. All right, cool, 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 cool. So, and we get the power that you have from the other side. We understand. I don't want to go too deep into that, but it's like yes, it's like just a breeze from heaven can make us all multi-millionaires. So where the breeze at? You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it. It's like it just went from like super hot, now it's cold, but we ain't feeling the breeze though. You know what I'm saying? Like where the money at? It's like it's like every movie you see when there's an exchange, it's like we got the product. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We got the product, but we closing that briefcase and locking it up. And we putting it back there like, whoa, 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 wait a minute, wait a minute. Well, where the money at? That's all we asking. You know what I mean? Respectfully. On this all hollow day of the eve. We just, right, we just like, hey, it was like, hey man. Hey man. It's like we were supposed to meet at this location at this time. Um, right. We supposed to get to Atlanta Milk and Honey. So we got our part, but where the money at? You know what I mean? Right. It's out there. So right. There you go. Seriously. So but the beautiful thing about it is that yes, they've heard us. They're like, all right, okay, cool. You want it, you got it. But now you got to deal with it. Seriously, you have to deal with the auspiciousness of the reality of people who are going to know your name, people who may walk up to you in the airport, just complete strangers, and a lot of stuff is gonna probably catch you off guard. But this is what we wanted. We wanted the big deals. We wanted the big contracts. We are the people who the ball needs to be put in our hands at the last minute so we could hit the game winning shots. That's who we are. That's who we were put down here to be. Not put down here to do these menial tasks. Somebody has to do those things, but it ain't us. You know what Kendrick Lamar said. They not like us. They not like us. Seriously, they it's that's just what that is, man. Just they're not. And that you already know. That's why a lot of us kind of catch what on these gigs, because they can spot you. They're like, oh no, we can't control this one, so let's. But anyway, So your hard work is so your hard work is paying off now. Your hard when I say paying off, we're talking money. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about dollar bills, y'all, because that's, although we need our strength, we need wisdom to handle these things. Yes, we're asking for everything. So you're cashing, we like, we're cashing in our chips, man, because we're betting on black. We are. What Wesley Snipes said in that movie, he said, I always bet on black. But, meaning we are better. We are, we are a chosen few. And that always put us in these auspicious situations where we were always so uncomfortable. Every day we were just, well, maybe not every day, but every other day. It was like we were just uncomfortable. We were just like, what, It's like, anyway, it's like when you're a kid, your parents, you go to the store, your parents are like, just sit here. Don't ask for nothing. Don't touch nothing. Don't look at nothing. Don't say nothing. It was like they were just saying, child needs to stay in the child's place, but we're grown now. So, so now we're ready to go out and we can go shopping on our own, you know, seriously. But we need we need like we need the now. We need it like right now. Like seriously, and that's why it is, that is why it is coming. That's why we are moving forth with greater purpose and greater intentions, and that's why we're not getting, we're not getting left behind and anything like that. Going to be shocking to the system, like we're, more clientele, we need more, you know like Tupac said back then, another album out, that's what I'm all about, more, man, like for real, So this is more of like me putting you on notice, and it's putting them on notice too. That yes, we are thankful, we are grateful, and all of that. But it's like we don't pray and we don't do all of these things for nothing. Like, we need help. We do, like seriously. And I know things are done in a divine order. It's a lot of it's probably over my pay grade and maybe yours too. But nah, man, we're uh, does say in the Bible that you are God's. I say God is the greatest artist that ever lived, and He put something special inside of all of us. Whether you believe in, whether you believe in Him or not. But we are, we are rising above. We are really and truly rising above. You're about to. You're now taking off like a rocket ship. I don't want to use that, no, because we need this like right now, like right this moment, like now. We need to see like something miraculous happen today, because we are. Sometimes your faith wanes. It does. You know what I mean? It really does. So we really and truly need to see that shocking value. Right. Seriously. No matter who it is that no matter who it is that you get down with, be it, well, we all know it's in the spiritual sense, but still, even if it's divine or if it's ancestral, we need y'all to get up off your butts and make this happen. Like they said, like ahora, ASAP. Like Speedy Gonzalez used to say, like underlay, epa. Like for real, we need Snoop. What Snoop said, we need our chips with dip. We do, tired of eating hors d'oeuvres, man. But anyway, okay. So what I get is okay, bet, cool, all right. So it feels like, no, I know it's going. It is like the deal is done. Like really and truly, the deal is done. We know that. We know that tried and true. And thank y'all so much for tapping the screen. So we know that tried and true. We're going to handle our end. We know we're going to handle our end of the bargain. We understand that. We know. We get it. People are going to see our faces. Ooh, people are going to be mad because their life. Oh, people are gonna be mad because their life sucks and our lives are awesome, and the what is it um the first shall be last, the last shall be first. So things are switching around out here massively, massively. So, stay on spiritual code, folks. Really and truly stay on purposeful, blessed, highly filled spiritual code. I'm sure y'all know what it is. Really and truly, oh man, I keep having to drink water. When you're flying planes and, well, when you're jumping on planes and, either flying first class or flying private, you know what I mean? And you just like skipping lines and you're just going through and people are looking at you like, who's that? They gonna find out real quick. They gonna find out real quick, like really and truly. But yeah, you're about to really and truly you're a mixie. You're gonna be like rubbing elbows with amazing people. Like much like this lady, like RIP Whitney Houston, but like people on this level. You're going to be on this level. Like you know what I mean? It's like they went through stuff so we don't have to. Like for real. It's like where they did stuff, we just go and work out and work it out. We go to God, we go to our ancestors and everybody else in between. And we make that thing happen. For real. It's like, hey, we on the bench lifting. It's like, look, we need y'all to take some of this weight off, man, so we could just continue to push this thing up, like really and truly. And if you are watching yours truly for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. So like really and truly, man. This is that's what it is. This isn't like they say. This is real talk. I remember my cousin like weeks ago. He was like, "Man, yeah, I've been praying that my book series jumps up." Right? Yeah, we all want our book series to jump off. And I'm an author, ladies and gentlemen. I probably don't say that enough. I am an author. My stuff is www.soulofaman504.com. Just as the soulofaman504.com, man. But we do. That's why we write. That's why we get that urge to keep putting our stuff out there, like no matter what, because stuff's about to really, you're like one people are going to wish that people are going to try and say that they're like, oh yeah, I discovered them way back when, man, such a let your line ass up. Yeah, like they've been there. No, you haven't. Come on, man. You in line with everybody else. You just cool. You just trying to jump on the train. Nah, man. You can't. Only a certain few people can ride with you in first class. That's just what it is. So you're about to have a first class high flying lifestyle, but a lot of it you probably not even gonna talk about. You're like really and truly a lot of it. You're not even going to. A lot of it you're not even going to talk about. Not certain people anyway, because they don't deserve that. They don't deserve to be a part of that part, like that part of your life. They really and truly don't. So and even though this is going to be a very movie, this is like very very powerful seasons for you. It's almost like you just continuously move how you been moving, and it's just stuff just oh, hey, look at such and such. They're on the billboard. Hey, wow, look at such and such. They're on course. Hey, wow, look at such and such. They're in I don't know, a European sports car commercial, like, you're about to be like, you think, I mean, what you're doing now is okay, but, you're really, wait till you hit these foreign markets because people are about to know you. You're about to see a side of things that you probably couldn't even possibly dream or imagine, and so on and so forth. It was like, hey, I kind of remember that person. They look familiar, but I don't. I think I've seen them somewhere before. And people are gonna like look at like I get these looks now, and I'm not even. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's like people look at you like it's like like they either seen you before, something different about you, something it's like that's just what it is, man. You've always been that, you've always been that trendsetter. You've always shown up for other people, but now it's time for you to show for yourself. That's what that's what it is. Lock, stock, and barrel. So it's really and truly time for you to start to show up for yourself. It's you're not going to be in the back rooms anymore. You're going to be up front, like really and truly. People, people are going to need you to speak. They need a word. They need encouragement because they're so. People are like so like you know. They're going to want a part of you. They're going to want your stuff, your merchandise, you're this, you're that, whatever it is that you're an inventor. You're like, man, I can really. You try to go to people, they don't want to listen. Like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna just go ahead and so you go to the junkyard and you start to build, and you build this prototype, and you got the blueprints, and and it's yours, and now the price is skyrocketed. So but you try to go to them beforehand and say, hey, y'all, I can do this, I can do that. They just didn't want to listen for whatever reason. So hey, now you're really gonna have to break out the bank. You're really gonna have to sit and break out the bank, man. You're really and truly there. There are people in me hanging on your every word. Seriously, what you're going, which what you're doing now. Well, what you're doing now, and what you're going to be doing in a very, 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 very near future. It's going to defy logic. It's really and truly going to defy logic. Like, who in the world, you know, a lot of people, well, some people be like, well, who does this person think that, like, well, you always knew who you were. So now it's like, um, and you've got, it's like you've got so much more inside of you, like, or so much more inside of you. This is like, you know, um, right. So it's like you are, um, yeah. So people are really gonna know you by name. Yes, yes, God is very much so amazing. Yeah, really and truly. So, this is just for you. Oh, it's almost like this is just like for you. This is like Act One of the first scene of your new life, and again, you're going to boldly go and just do these. You're boldly going to go in forth and do these miraculous and these amazing things. And again, you deserve every part of you deserve every part of your happiness. You deserve your rest when you need to rest. Um, you're going to come out of whatever it is you're coming out with some amazing new skill sets, really and truly amazing new skill sets. So, yeah. Like really and truly like amazing new skill sets. It's almost like when you are touched by angels, you are always so abundantly blessed. You really and truly are. It's like you know, it's like you, when you get it, you know what to do with it. You know how to repurpose it. You know what to invest in. So, it's like you know what you know all about residuals even before you got in. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like generations down the line, like really and truly generations down the line. It's that thing where people are going to be able to be blessed because of you. It's like, who Madam C.J. Walker, they say was what the first one of the first millionaires in, the country and all of that, and her hair care products and all of that stuff. It's like people are still eating, like our family is still eating off of that. So it's like same thing with you. Yeah, I just keep getting all powerful, all wonderful. Yeah, because we do. We do. Yep. Grace. Grace, like, man, grace is a very powerful word, man. And you have that grace that is walking with you. Like I said, today is a very powerful day, no matter how you want to look at it and, you may feel about it and all of that stuff. But it's a great day. It's a great day for you to get excited. It's a great day for you to be in wonder. It's a great day for you to be in prayer and putting forth your manifestations and just to continue to be bold, man. Like really, like really and truly go out there and just like you're gonna you have a new value for your life. You have a new commitment. You have a new commitment for life. When you were thinking, just like, hey, how are you, ma'am? Yeah, I know you about to go live. I'm gonna come back through. But yeah, so you have a new purpose. You have a new purpose. You have a new commitment. It's like things that most people struggle with, you don't struggle with. Like you don't. You just it's like you're a commander in chief, and you have a big ship sitting right on the coast, and you can call in strikes of blessings in whatever area you need, and all of that stuff is almost like it's fulfilled overnight. And that's how you are. That's who you are. That's how, it's like um as whatever that was or is that's bothering you, all you just wave your hand, peace be still. And that stuff, was watching a video when Jesus told Lazarus to get up and rise, and it gets up and it moves. So that's how you walk, and that's how you're speaking into things today over your life. You are the most wanted. You really are. You are. It's like, in heaven there's a picture of you like most wanted. That's how you're going to be pictured. That's really and truly how you are going to be pictured out here. Like really, it's like sometimes it's hard to say, but it's going to be truer to believe because you're going to be a believer in yourself. You're like, man, I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe I just did that. Because you have all authority and you have all power. Because who walks with you? Seriously, that's the type of people may look at it. I don't care how they look at it. That's on them. That's not my problem, man. Yeah, like Bobby Brown says, my prerogative. That's it's not your problem. It's not. It's like the keys were handed over to you a long time ago, and it's like it's time for you. It's time for those doors to just start opening up, not just opening, but roaring open. For you, for now, for your path, for your mission, for your missions, for all of the things that you thought were a loss, but they were so much of a gain. Like for real. You were doing them a favor by being there. You know, that little chump change, that wasn't nothing. It really wasn't. Yeah, it helped, everybody. So, oh, bills, no, what about, bills, but, you're not concerned with that. You're like, oh, I could just go through this, and that. If I just wanted to make a little change, that ain't nothing, like that is what is to come for you. What is to come for you in your life now. You're about to circumnavigate this world so many times. You have no idea about how many times, you're the places that you're gonna go. The places, the places that you've already been. People are still out here dreaming about, like, oh man, that is a dream vacation, a once in a lifetime. And you probably been there, like, it was like, oh yeah, we just went there, like, I don't know, earlier this year, last weekend. Yeah, it was just a little quick. That was just a little quick getaway. I wouldn't, wasn't about. And you're so zoned in. It's like you're so zoned in. It's like, it's like this stuff just keeps happening. You keep winning and winning. It's like, it's the casino, and you see all of the lights and everything, and the machines are going crazy because it's like you're just winning, and that's just what that is, man. Like, really and truly, that's just what that is. This is scribed. This is written down for you in the book of life. This is winner. 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 The house. What are they? I was just watching it, man. It was just. I was just watching something, and truth be told, they said the house always wins, and the lady was like, these machines are rigged, and so you could win a lot, but you could lose a lot, and blah blah blah, and it was just about being truthful. And the guy was like, okay, well, let me flip that around and lie. So he was just like, you know what, you know, he was playing the little machine. The ball went to 35, so he moved the stuff to 35. He said, hey, look, I won, and they had to pay him. You know, so you're just telling yourself, hey, look, I won, like, just like that. Like, hey, look, I'm winning. Hey, look, I'm moving. This is my first day doing this. Like, the first day is gonna be like the last day. You just continuing to win, continuing to put in work, continuing to, um, you're on step, I don't know, 10,000. Everybody else is on step one because they're gonna be trying to copy and mimic you, but you are one of one. You are one of one. Know that you are one of one. Before Kobe, love that dude. There was a Michael Jordan. Well, before Jordan, there was a Dr. J. So it's like these are one of ones. You know, each one did it differently, a little better than the last, but it's like, man, yeah. So, the vibrations, your everything is going up higher. You are the resolution. You really and truly, you really and truly, you are the resolution for what is in the now. How many times have you done all of these things and this and that and all of that? Yeah, I think we all need some good news. Somewhere, somewhere, some shape, some form. Like, for real. Man. Whew. All right. So yeah, I think I've probably talked enough. But yeah, so take advantage of the day, really and truly. Imagine yourself driving in that new car and that new life. Write it down. Take a picture. You probably said, write it down. Take a picture. I don't give up. But seriously, man. The calling is, I would say, I'll leave you with this. The calling is now for the chosen. So I'll just leave that at that. The calling is now for the chosen. You are the chosen. You have been called. So, go out there and be amazing. All right, folks. I'm out this piece. Peace.